Today, we're diving into a crisis few are talking about, but one that sits at the heart of Afghanistan's international future. Since the fall of Kabul in August 2021, the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, or UNAMA, has spent nearly $700 million trying to uphold a mandate without any clear wins. No elections, no human rights breakthroughs, and no inclusive dialogue. So we have to ask, what exactly is UNAMA doing? And more importantly, does it still matter? Let's start with the numbers. UNAMA was established in 2002 to support governance, development, and peace in post-Taliban Afghanistan. But since the Taliban's return to power in 2021, that mission has become nearly impossible to define, let alone fulfill. Yet, the spending hasn't stopped. According to recent disclosures, nearly $700 million have been allocated to maintain the mission's operations since August 2021. That includes high-salaried international staff, diplomatic housing, security, and logistical support, all while the Afghan people face economic collapse, human rights repression, and rising insecurity. It begs the question, are we funding a diplomatic ghost ship? The Taliban has made its stance crystal clear. They view UNAMA as biased, irrelevant, and increasingly unwanted. Senior Taliban officials have publicly dismissed the mission as a Western-aligned institution with no legitimacy in the current context. At the same time, they've pushed for direct bilateral relations with states like China, Russia, Iran, and even Gulf nations, bypassing multilateral diplomacy entirely. For the Taliban, the UN is only useful when it's quiet. Humanitarian aid, that is welcome. International security, not so much. But the criticism isn't just coming from the Taliban. Afghanistan's exiled opposition figures, civil society members, and diaspora leaders have also turned on UNAMA, claiming it to become complicit through inaction. They argue that by refusing to condemn the Taliban's abuses more forcefully, by continuing to operate under a mandate that assumes legitimacy when there is none, UNAMA is actually enabling the regime it was meant to restrain. In short, neutrality has become a cover for paralysis. This brings us to the heart of the issue. Can an international organization remain neutral in a captured state? What does neutrality actually mean when one side silences women, jails journalists, and shuts down elections? UNAMA's crisis is part of a larger reckoning about multilateral diplomacy in the 21st century. We saw it in Syria, we're seeing it in Myanmar, and now in Afghanistan. Institutions built for post-conflict peace building are being dropped into active authoritarian takeovers with outdated playbooks and no leverage. And when legitimacy is gone, all that remains is their optics. So where does it go to from here? In March, the UN Security Council extended UNAMA's mandate for another year, but without redefining its role, tools, or red line. Some inside the system are calling for a complete rethink of the mission. Others are quietly advocating for its complete withdrawal. Either way, UNAMA now sits at the crossroads. It can reinvent itself to reflect on-the-ground realities or risk becoming another expensive symbol of international irrelevance. Afghanistan is more than just a headline. It's a case study in how the global system fails or adapts when power shifts fast. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit the like, subscribe button and share it forward. Let's make sense of Afghanistan together.